Right, I think we'll get straight on with it. This is called High Hopes.
High Hopes, yeah, my favorite. Okay, the bell. All right, let's get it. Okay.
Beyond the horizon of the place we lived when we were young, in a world of magnets and miracles.
David sounds amazing vocally,
Our
guys.
thoughts strayed constantly and without boundary. The ringing of the division bell had begun. Along the long road and on down the corner, do they still meet there by the cut? There was a ragged band that followed in our footsteps, running before time took our dreams away, leaving the myriad small creatures trying to tie us to the ground, to a life consumed by slow decay. The grass was green,
yeah,
the light was bright,
light was brighter,
with friends surrounding,
we're surrounded,
the nights of wonder,
nights of wonder.
Looking beyond the embers of bridges glowing behind us, to a glimpse of how green it was on the other side. Steps taken forwards, but sleepwalking back again, dragged by the force of some inner tide. At a higher altitude, with flag unfurled, we reach the dizzy heights of that dreamed of world.
Yeah. Okay, that acoustic guitar. For the solo, guys. Steel guitar. I cannot wait. Guys, I cannot wait for that solo, man. Like,
encumbered forever by desire and ambition, there's a hunger still unsatisfied. Our weary eyes still stray to the horizon, though down this road we've been so many times. The grass was green, the light was bright,
the light was brighter,
the taste was sweeter, the nights of wonder, with friends surrounded.
that's the video. Wow. Yeah. All right, guys. So that was a Pink Floyd performing High Hopes, live at Pulse. You guys already know we did an album reaction to the Division Bell, and I mean this song happens to be on the song, and I mean since you guys wanted me to do more of Pink Floyd live performances, I definitely had to check this one out, guys. I have to say that watching this Pulse performance of High Hopes, especially after knowing the studio version, from the album The Division Bell, I have to say, felt like revisiting. A memory, that's aged, somehow heavier, somehow more, reflective, and a lot more human. The studio version, you guys already know, is already a masterpiece. It's definitely polished, it's definitely atmospheric, and I mean emotionally rich. But live, guys, this version breathes, in a completely different way. To me, it's less about perfection and more about presence. You can feel the years behind it. I mean, from the moment David Gilmour started singing, I mean there is a noticeable shift. I mean his voice definitely carries more weight here. He is not just telling a story anymore. He's lived it. There is also a kind of quiet restraint in his delivery that I feel like makes the song hit deeper. To me, it's not overperformed. If anything, it's understated in the best possible way. And then there's the atmosphere. I mean, Pink Floyd, they don't just perform songs, they build worlds. The lighting, the pacing, the way everything unfolds, slowly. Guys, it definitely pulls you in as a listener, as a watcher. Nothing felt rushed. Every single note, had space, to exist. And I feel like that space is exactly what makes the emotional moments land. But let's talk about the moment. The guitar solo. I have to be honest, I have heard a lot of guitar solos, a lot. But I mean, this is easily one of the best guitar solos I have ever heard. And the Pulse version might even elevate it further. The way David Gilmour approached it, on the lap steel, is just unreal. It doesn't feel like a display of technique. To me, it feels like emotion translated directly into sound. Every bend, in every sustained note, every bit of vibrato felt intentional. It is not trying to impress you. It just does. And what really stood out to me is how patient it is. The solo, I love the fact that it doesn't rush to actually get anywhere. It just unfolds, almost like it's reflecting on everything that came before it. By the time it peaks, you are not just listening anymore. You are feeling it. The band, as a whole, they deserve some credit too. The support from Richard Wright on the keys definitely added I mean that signature Pink Floyd texture. Warm, spacious, and slightly haunting. And I mean, Nick Mason, he kept everything grounded, without ever, overpowering the mood. To me, it's definitely a masterclass in restraint and cohesion. What I really appreciate after, watching this performance is that, I mean, it doesn't, try to outdo the studio version. It actually reinterprets it. Definitely leans more into the themes of time, memory, and reflection, and you can feel that maturity in every single part of the performance. But I mean, by the time those final bells ring out, it doesn't just feel like the end of the song. It feels like the closing of a chapter. I love that. I mean, this isn't just a great live performance. To me, it's one of those rare moments where a song evolves into something even more meaningful than it already was. Guys, this is a straight 10 out of 10 for me. High Hopes is one of my favorite songs, from Pink Floyd, and I really enjoyed listening and watching them perform this song live, guys. And shout out to you guys for actually pushing me to, watch this one live. Let me know what you like for me to react to next. Pink Floyd performing, their songs live. Share your thoughts about this performance though down in the comment section. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoy my reaction and my review, make sure to like, comment, share all the good stuff. My name is Philip. On to the next video. Take care, stay safe, and then peace out.